Hey everybody, Ryan here, or MandRproductions, and today I'm going to be reviewing the LEGO Movie 2's Queen Whatevra's Not So Evil Space Palace. This set includes just shy of 1,000 pieces with 997. That's pretty dang close. It's going to cost $90 in the United States, so pretty dang good price per piece. It includes just one minifigure, being Bachelor Batman. It includes a mini doll as well, and a plethora of other brick-built characters that are more or less exclusive to this set. So pretty good selection there. You have this very weird looking palace on the front of the box art with like a swirly galaxy in the background. Just kind of an interesting look there. The back of the box is in a vertical orientation, and it's going to show you all the features in the set before you buy it, so it gives you an idea of what the dang set can do. So if you want to take a closer look at that, you can, but we'll get into all those features throughout the review. If you guys have anything to say during the review, make sure you leave a comment down below. If you do enjoy this early review of Queen Whatevra's Not So Evil Space Palace, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new here, so it's more future LEGO videos. The only regular LEGO minifigure in this set is Bachelor Batman, and I must say it's a very unique exclusive figure that is going to be a pretty big draw for a lot of people. You can see his back print is a pretty shiny metallic print with stars in there. Kind of oddly metallic though, because it doesn't have the same metallicness as the rest of the body. You can see it's a little bit of like a, I don't know, grayer color. I don't know what to call it, but it's definitely a different metallic color than the rest of the back. Just kind of interesting there. He has dual molded legs with a nice little leg print here on the front. He's got kind of the robe look on the front as well. You can see some of his chest underneath the robe there. Very interesting. It's supposed to be like that regular tan, but it came out a little bit whiter than normal, so that's kind of an interesting thing. We've been seeing that happen a lot with some of the minifigure heads in sets that have like Captain America and like one of the Overwatch sets, so kind of an interesting thing going on there with what is supposed to be tan prints, but it's not coming out as tan, it's coming out more white or ghoulishly or ghostly. Very interesting. He does have a very exclusive head print there with some stars on the helmet. And if we pull that off, you're going to find two facial expressions, one that's pretty happy and one that is not so happy. And just to give you guys an idea of what that looks like with the helmet on there, that's what that looks like. That is the only regular minifigure in this set. Next up, we have the mini doll Celeste. She's going to go very well with Balthazar from the Shimmer and Shine Sparkle Spa set, so you kind of need both the sets to get both the figures together, but still a pretty nice figure. She has a purple with kind of a very nice kind of glittery hairpiece. Just, I love the glitter that they were able to get in some of these new LEGO Movie 2 pieces. It's a very unique look for transparent LEGO pieces. The mini doll in general looks decent, I suppose, and the hair is whipped to the side, so they actually printed purple onto her head there, kind of interestingly. All the, the arms are posable as usual, just typical mini doll stuff here, and then the legs, you can only do that. You can't bend it backwards, unfortunately, so that's all you get for the mini doll there. So, of course, we get the minifigures, but there are a couple of other characters included in the set. We have Queen Whatevra Wannabe, and this is a pretty dumbed-down version of her, just so she can fit within the castle there, and we'll get to that later. She'll fit into everything there, which is why she's so small. She has a very small face print on a 1x2 brick there, kind of interesting with the crown as well. We have the exclusive Royal Guard. He has a nice little print there on those half tiles. Really like that. He also has like his lollipop stick for guarding the tower or the castle or whatever. You can see the full figure. There isn't a lot of posability with this. It's pretty standard brick built as far as a figure goes, but just kind of an interesting look. You have, of course, the hearts and the star there with some nice face prints. Very happy, very expressive look on them. Really love those from the LEGO Movie 2, so glad to see them return in more sets. And finally, we have Ice Cream Cone, which is, when the pictures of this first got revealed, I was pretty disappointed in this Ice Cream Cone, and I still am. We'll bring over the one from Unikitty's Sweetest Friends Ever, and you guys get the idea that this Ice Cream Cone just pales in comparison. But the reason it's so much smaller is so that it can kind of fit in all the compartments and everything that it needs to within the new set. So they kind of had to sacrifice some of the fun accuracy of the original one and all the little details they were able to give it to make it be able to fit within all the compartments in the newer set. To me, it kind of sucks, but I can kind of be okay with it because the better one, in my opinion, does come in a $10 set. So if you really want a good one, just get the $10 Unikitty Sweetest Friends Ever. If you're going to buy the $90 set and you really want the one nice one, but I think it's good enough, but it's just unfortunate that they did have to downsize it, in my opinion, because I love the original one so much. So this is Queen Whatevra's Not So Evil Palace. Not a bad look. It's just a weird one. Like, that's the best way to put it. It's one of the weirdest LEGO set designs I think I've ever seen. It's very castle-like, palace-like, like Disney princess kind of set. So I could see people liking it for that fact, especially girls might be more into this set than boys. And I think that's going to be pretty apparent as you go throughout this set, especially with the color scheming. A lot of pink and purple on this set really give it a girlish tone, which there's nothing wrong with. It's just something to point out. The white is nice though. I like the white and the blue on there as well, kind of a teal color. So it kind of gives it a nice contrast where you could kind of convince a little boy to like this, but I think this is more of a girl's toy, just, you know, from the fact that it's got so much pink and purple or whatever. Just the boys typically don't like that, myself included. But anyway, we're going to go down to the bottom level here where we have our dinner table for Batman and Queen Whatevra, and you can actually sit them on there pretty simply. You can take Bachelor Batman, sit him down. There you go. You got the lobster. You have a couple cups of water or wine or whatever they keep on the table there, and you can even put Queen Whatevra or whatever. You can have her sit in the chair, or you could have her down on the other end of the table, but you can kind of recreate that whole scene from the movie where she's singing at him at the table. I mean, not the whole scene, but ooh, why did this piece come off? There's a couple of plants in there inside the main entryway or doorway there. You have some stickers on the inside for detail as well, although they look a little bit awkward because they're at weird angles, and you got to be really careful putting them on if you want them to align correctly. So those are kind of a pain and they look awkward in there. I just kind of wish they weren't even included. I think it would have been fine without them. One of the more interesting aspects of this bottom level here is that it's on a 16 by 16 kind of teal, baby blue, whatever color Lego calls it, plate, just a regular Lego plate, which is kind of cool. The table is also a very interesting design. It is only held on by that one purple piece at the bottom there, which goes between the bricks right about there, and then you're actually just, it's kind of free floating there, but it looks like it's connected with the legs of the table touching the plate. Very interesting build design there. I really can appreciate something like that on a set like this. So over here you have some kind of bar or something with different drinks and whatever you're gonna make. So you can open up the lid to this and pour stuff in. It's actually like a heart ruby or a heart diamond. Pretty simple and standard. Over there you have a little walkway that's going to lead to the front side. On the other side here, you have a little DJ booth. So you got a little record, which is on a turntable, I suppose. And then you also have a little computer screen with the levels for the DJ to kind of mess around with. So that's everything on the bottom level. On the back side, if we flip this back around to the front side bottom level, you're going to see more of those same plants. You're going to see the golden arch to the entryway of the dining room. Again, that table is very loosely on there, more or less. So it will kind of knock off of its main support from time to time. But yeah, front side here, nothing much else going on. You just have these little details like this little, I don't know what to call this. Like this apparatus that comes out of the main part of the thing, like the palace, I suppose. Like what a weird set this is. Just look at it objectively. It's so weird, but it's cool for that reason. For this first one, we're actually going to take the Royal Guard and drop him right on there. See how it has that kind of curve over it? And that's because he has that curve on the inside. So it kind of connects up perfectly there. He drops right in, and you can actually have this thing fly off of its stand there, which is kind of loosely held on through a few just regular studs, and then he can fly off in his own ship and float around. So all these little things on here with the blue toppers, they all individually can pop off, and you can place them back on pretty easily. So you're going to be able to put all your characters inside of one of these. Also on the first level, you have another small little vehicle here. You can either open up the top to it like that and get into the inside, or you could just pull it off its clip and you're able to fly it away as well. There are two of these on the set. Another one is higher up on the palace here, so you do get a couple of the same of these, and actually a couple of the same of those, which we'll take a look at here in a moment. But again, it just clips right onto here. Pretty standard design. You're not going to be able to really fit a minifigure in there because it is so small. The ones for minifigures are going to be these ones, which are found on the first and second level. This one, again, pretty loosely connected. You can open up this nice blue tinted windshield piece or cockpit piece, and you get access to the interior, which has a very nice printed piece for its control panel. I believe that's a new print for a control panel. Maybe it's been in some city sets last year or something, but it's pretty new to me. Unfortunately, you can't really fit a minifigure, at least Batman, with his headpiece or helmet rather on there, or his mask. If we take the mask off, We'll see if he can fit, but they definitely show it just holding the ice cream cone. So you can fit him in there without his mask on, but then he looks absolutely ridiculous. The way they actually show this particular vehicle on the box is holding the ice cream cone, which again was dumbed down in size so that it could fit into this particular set. You can drop ice cream cone in there and he can fly around and hover around and do whatever inside of this vehicle. Again, very nice color usage. Got a little bit of light pink on the back, a little bit of a blue tint, and then of course like the teal blue underneath looks very nice going around the entirety of the little UFO style ship here. So you can always just plop this one back on there. The other one over here is going to pop off just like we saw with one of the smaller vehicles. Same exact vehicles we just took a look at, so no need to look any deeper at that one, but it's just kind of connected on just like the one that we have the Royal Guard on. Let's go to the interior of the second floor, and what you'll find on the inside here is actually the cell phone that they use in the movie with the heart that Emmett made up for the Duplo monsters at the beginning of the movie. So very interesting stuff here. You can see this has a little bit of a movement to it. You can move it forward and backwards just a little. And you also have these antenna pieces to be able to use the phone if it was a real phone, I suppose. You have a heart on the left there, and then on the right we have the donut and a little coffee cup. You can put a figure or something in here as you please. I guess Queen Whatevra Wanabe could fit in here, just barely, but she will fit. Pretty big in there. You can also fit the ice cream cone, or any regular Lego minifigure is going to fit in here fine. It's a pretty small play area, but I guess it's good enough. The third floor doesn't really have anything, I guess, if you want to call this a floor, but the big part of the top floor here is that it's got another small vehicle on top. It's got another one of these weird things, which I don't know what to call. I guess they're just like cloud things or something. But this whole thing rotates, which is really fun. So let me actually flip this whole thing back around here. And when it's facing forward, you get a better idea of what's going on here. So the whole thing on top, again, can rotate. This entire thing just rotates. So the way that works is it's literally just on like one Technic axle, which will pop out of there like so. And then you can actually have this entire thing pop out and fly off and do whatever as well. Like everything on this set flies. It's kind of cool for that fact. So again, this thing, just giant blue windshield cockpit piece. You have a control panel in there with some stars or something on there. This one is made for Queen Whatevra Wanabe, so we'll be able to put her in there. They also use, again, that gold kind of bar piece, and you kind of bend it in and around it, which actually looks really good. Kind of creates a nice bumper to the vehicle as well. So if you want to get access to the interior of that, you're actually going to have to lift up this entire thing first, which is on hinges on the back. So you just drop that back like so, and you're going to lift this up about 90-degree angle, and then you can drop Queen Whatevra Wanabe inside of there, facing the right way, hopefully. So she will actually just kind of, you can connect her to the studs. I'm not going to do that because that sounds like it might be a pain to get her off, but there you go, Queen Whatevra Wanabe inside the main room of her palace there, or ship, or whatever you want to call it, escape pod, I don't really know. And then closing that on top looks kind of cool. So that is the entire palace. That's all the play functions. It's very much more dollhouse-like, which is something that I personally find hard to get a lot of use out of, because I'm not the age or demographic for a dollhouse type Lego set. I'm just not. A couple of platforms and everything where you could also place minifigures or other figures you have from the Lego movie, but yeah, not my cup of tea, this type of set. Again, you can use these hearts and stuff, but they don't have like anywhere to really go on this particular set. They just kind of fly around and look cute, which I guess is cool enough. You could perhaps place them on top like so, and I'm sure some people will do that. I just think it looks weird. I guess one other issue I would find with this set real quick here at the end, they use stickers a lot, which I guess some people find to be an issue, but just trying to pick this set up is a little bit awkward. You have to kind of reach around the back. This is where I usually like to pick it up, but I don't even know if that's where you should be picking up, or you should be picking up with two hands from the bottom. That's what the bottom side looks like. So kind of interesting from that aspect. Hopefully you guys don't have too much of issues with that. I haven't had an issue yet, so hopefully I won't run into one. But that's the palace. Overall, I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. I think for the correct person or kid or whoever, this is going to be a really cool set. I really think that this is a fun playset. It's colorful. It's got enough going on. You have so many different vehicles that you can detach, and you can spin this whole thing around. Like, I think that if you are of the age demographic and you're just like, this is for you, you're going to have a great time. There are people like me that this set is not for me. Like, it looks cool. It's funky. It's a cool Lego set, I guess, but this one ain't for me. I'm going to be tearing this one down. I'm not going to be keeping it around. I love, of course, the Bachelor Batman. I'll definitely be keeping him, but the rest of the set, maybe the Ice Cream Man and the Royal Guard, but the rest of the set is going to have to go for me. I'm just not going to be keeping it around. $90 I think is a fair price though. For just shy of 1,000 pieces, you're getting a good price per piece. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments section below. Hopefully my review gave you an idea of whether or not you should buy it. Again, that table is just tilting hard. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments section below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And if you enjoyed my review of Queen Whatevra's Not So Evil Palace, leave a like on the video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.